Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, one and all. Welcome back to the New Galaxy Gamers channel, and welcome back to our first city here in Cities Skylines II. It's awesome to be with y'all. I hope you're all having a safe, wonderful, and successful week this week. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you're a returning member, welcome back to you as well. Great to have you all here, hanging out with me, having fun, all that good stuff. Uh, as usual, all usual disclaimers are in the description of the video. And as you can tell, we are at the main screen of Cities Skylines II. There has been the Our First Frost update to the game. It does bring some quality of life stuff to the game, updates to the game, updates to the user interface, things like that. Um, the rendering appears to be a little better from some of the videos that I've seen since the update. So we're going to check it out, have a little fun with it. We're going to redo the city. We're going to restart the city from over so that way there are no problems. Even though I'm not using any, mods that I think would be broken, I think it better to just start fresh with the city just to be sure, just so that we can see what we're really dealing with. Um, there were things that I screwed up anyway, so this will just be a fresh slate for us. So with that being said, let's go ahead. We'll grab our coffee, our donuts, our bagels, our egg McMuffin, sausage, egg and cheese biscuits, meatball subs, Italians, pizza, whatever it might be, from our favorite local mom and pop coffee shop, and we'll get cracking. Okay, so we're gonna start a new game. And don't worry, we're going to save right over it. All right, so we're going to do this, and let me just find the app we were playing on here. Yeah. Do this. And all right, so we're going to go ahead. We'll do it that way. So as I said, our first Frost update. Ooh, I do like that. That's the first update you're seeing right there. They've now actually loaded cities in, so it's not a blank slate for the cities. Load time seems to be a little bit faster. I like that. And as you can tell, as you can see, they have updated the user interface here. Okay. Ah, there we go. All right, so we've got. I had to find the pause button. Okay, so as you can tell, they've actually done a good job with this so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and let's up here. Ooh, they really did change this. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Looks like they might have changed some things with the ore map, the resource map too. Okay, cool. Okay. Water's going this way. Curious. All right. Wind is going that way. Okay. All right. So here's what I propose. Let's come down here and let's grab our roads. Our handy dandy roads. One we want right here. Yes, sir, bub. Alright, now let's see. Yeah, there we go. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we've got an intersection here. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, it's because of the bulldozer. Okay. Alright, so we'll put a rotary there eventually, so I'm just going to leave that. There we go. Not going to be a business anything there, so not going to have a problem with that. Let me just do this now. Okay. Okay. So there's that. We're going to use these bigger roads for our arteries. Yeah, go through our city. And then we can use local roads. Okay. So we'll put commercial there. Let's see, let's do this. I gotta say, the color does look a little better on the map so far. That is one of the things they have done updates to, is the rendering, so we'll see how this works. And then on the first of the updates you see right away when you launch the game, it shows Iceflake in the credits. And I welcome them aboard, so I hope that they will I do welcome Iceflake aboard. And they do look, so far this update looks promising. They've already kind of given us a clue as to what the next update's going to be. And that's going to be a lot more of the simulation stuff that they're working on to fix. So I'm kind of holding out some hope that, yes, they understand what needs to be corrected. And I think they got a pretty good idea what needs to be done, so I don't know that I necessarily have to worry too much about whether or not they are gonna screw it up. I think maybe, despite all the criticism Paradox has gotten over this one, over the decision they made to part ways with Colossal Order on this particular franchise, they might have actually got it right. But time will tell, and okay. So I think you guys could kind of get an idea of how we're going with this. So yes, I do think that I think things will be okay. I always am one, you know, it's easy to be, in my view, you know, one of the things that I've found as a software developer is it's easy to be the naysayer sometimes. And I find, you know, I'm not going to say I'm any different when it comes to that, because I do it too. I happily and readily admit that. You know I do it, so I'm just as bad as a lot of people when it comes to that. I admit that. But I think it is easy to play the part of the Doom person there. For a lot of people, when you don't understand the when you don't understand what's going on behind the scenes at a company, it can be difficult. It can make things difficult, but it makes things easier for people to say, oh, this is going to be bad. And we all have the habit of saying something's going to be bad, mostly not because we want to, mind you, but because it's easier to fight against, be opposed to the change at first, even if that change might actually end up being good. At least that's, you know, that's what I found. Change is never easy to change is not easy to deal with. I'll put it that way. It's kind of why I said, you know, a lot of people out there were saying, oh, this is going to be a bad idea or whatever. And I had my doubts too, I'll admit that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I wanted to give Iceflake a chance. They're coming on board. They're going to have a lot to prove, and you know, so I knew that going in, and I think we're going to see some pretty cool things from them. I got a feeling that it's not going to be as bad as people think. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, it won't really matter to me. I'll still play Cities Skylines because I enjoy the game. Okay. Is that because that's a hill? Sorry guys, my OCD was gonna... my undoing. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. My OCD was going to be my undoing there, so. Alright. And in fact, I think we can... let's see. Alright, you know what? Actually, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way, folks. Alright, that'll work. Okay, so that gives you a rotary there. Rotary. Alright, cool. Alright, so we've got an area for business and for our businesses. Okay, let's make our Curvy McCurve tool here. Alright. Let's put our... Alright. Okay, we got that. Okay, so we've got water. Let's put you. We'll put that right there. That'll get power down to it. That'll get power going through the city. And we can always move this later. Because I do want a water treatment plant, so. Can do it this way. Okay. Alright, so you got water and sewer. Alright. Got power, got water, got sewer. Let's start putting in our industry, shall we? Okay. And give me just a second. Alright, I'm sorry about that. Alright. Back in the game. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Okay. Putting the roads in. Let's get here. So anyway, yeah, I'm happy to give Iceflake a chance. I think they're gonna do better than what people think. does feel to me like they've thought out does feel to me like they've thought it out. They know the things they want to fix and improve on. So for me, that's the key, really. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll toss a bit of commercial. I think this one I want. Okay, that might take a little too long. Let's do it this way. There we go. And I think what we'll do here is that. Okay. The rest of this we can put in commercial or residential for now. Okay. I think we can unpause and get our game going. Okay. We got stuff coming in already. All right. Now we need to come up with our industrial area here. I think what I will do... let me see. Let's pull up our natural resources. Okay, so we have a natural resource right here. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. It's nothing. Is there a natural resource over here? Perfect. We can put stuff over here. All right, cool. All right, let's go back here. Okay. And over here, we'll do this. We'll make our... And now we come over here. We put our Curvy McCurve tool back in play. Go. Because we know we need basic industry right here. Okay. Alright, so we've got our industry coming in. That's going to help us. Got houses coming in. And I do like what they have done so far with the UI. I do like that. Wrong one. Yeah. We'll use our Curvy McCurve tool. Now, I really wish you could put that stuff on the ground. That would be nice. Not gonna happen though, is it? Would be nice. There we go. Alright. That takes care of that. Okay, so that takes care of that. That going. Go ahead and fix le budget. There we go. Okay, so right now we know our revenue is less than our expense budget. That's okay. We're just getting started, so I'm not going to really worry about that right now. We know it's going to take a little while for everything to come in. Alright, so we'll put some agriculture here. Alright, so we kind of have it set up the way we want it so that we can start getting some ag and some specialized industry in place. So that's a good thing. I wanted to have a look at our buildings as we get going here. I am thinking about a rotary right here, though. I am thinking about a rotary right here. We got more traffic coming in. That's good. I do got to say, I do like the fact that this is better. The colors do look a little bit better than they did, so I'd say that's an improvement. It was, remember how last week I was saying it all looked like it was really gray and there was too much gray tone? It kind of looks like they've fixed that now, so good job, Iceflake. Thank you. Thank you for fixing that. Now it feels like it's Cities Skylines 1 in that regard. Looking much better, color-wise. Much, much better. And even the sky, woo! That was bright. That was the sun. But even the sky looks a lot better. The skybox looks better too. So they've done a good. Iceflake has done a really good job with the our first Frost update. This is now going to make me want to play it more. Play City Skylines more. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll go ahead and we're letting our city come into play. We are starting to see some of the effects of the update already. This is exciting. The city's looking better. It's not as gray as it was, and I like that. Makes me want to play it even more and have fun with this and see what we can come up with design-wise. That being said, we'll go ahead and we'll leave this episode here today, and we will move forward in the next episode. We've now got our city streets a little bit better organized, and we'll keep with that as we go. I do want to get out of this idea of having everything in a grid, because I think that seems a little silly, but hey, it is what it is, right? So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. Smash that bell notification icon to let yourself know when the next video comes out. And be sure to share the link to the channel with your family, your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, your pet kitty cat, pet puppy dog, pet parakeet, pet bunny rabbit, pet kangaroo, pet koala bear. I don't know. Maybe you've got a pet monkey too. I'm a poet and I don't know it. Anyway, by sharing the link to the channel with others, it does help the channel grow and it helps our community grow as well. Be sure to join you can feel free to join the chat and the conversation in the Discord server and in the comments section. And we are on our way with this update. I am excited. Everything feels a little bit better already. So, that being said, I will see you all in the next episode. I do hope you have a safe, wonderful, and successful rest of your week, and I'll see you all very soon. Happy gaming!